you're impressed with how opposite phenomena complement each other. As it says, there's no joy like the joy of the resolution of doubts. No greater joy than that. We're completely opposite things that are completely unrelated, and you can explode, and they pick your mind and heart, and suddenly, solution. That's harmony. Yeah, but specifically, it becomes revealed and is felt and influences us because you feel how much these things contradict one another and how in nature suddenly it all comes out perfect. Now this dry thorn awakens these things in me even though that I'm not aware of it without you being aware of it. How does it work? Because in the past you came from that very thorn. You belong to the same system. And the fact that you look at it in this simple way, it awakens part of your systems, which are on the vegetative level, and then you're included with that system, and you feel its perfection. And maybe it also reminds you something about your grandmother, and I don't know what. Not necessarily the thorn, it's just an example. Any detail. When I moved to the city of Petah Tikva, originally I grew up on a farm. So I bought my house next to a park to see some green outside my window. So on my way back home, I have to go through the park. So whenever I have 30 seconds, I find a place that's a bit darker inside the park, and then I look at the sky. It's magnetizing. Doesn't matter what part of nature I look at, whether it's the desert or some place overseas, it doesn't matter. That's why I gave the example with the small thorn. In nature, in the tiniest natural parts and up to the greatest, biggest parts, it magnetizes you like a mother's breast for a baby. And can you explain what is it there that's influencing me? The perfection, that everywhere in nature you feel perfection. Everywhere. Wholeness, completion. People don't have that. But nature, whatever you look at, it's like babies. It's also an example. Until their additional ego awakens. But as long as they have their natural ego, when they're still like animals, they're also perfect. They're in completion. Now, there are people that hate babies and children and nature because it makes them feel the lack of their inner perfection. And therefore today, people want to lock themselves in. There is anti-culturalism in art, in music, in the different kinds of cacophony. A person does this on purpose because it pains him to feel nature's harmony and how opposite to it he really is. And from here, we get these different distorted forms of culture. But it's culture, still. That's far from searching for harmony. It's really interesting what you're saying. It's as if that person feels the disharmony inside of him, and then the difference, the gap between his disharmony and nature's harmony really pains. Yeah, exactly. Pains so much that a person doesn't want to feel it. He's like, nah, nah, forget about it. Let's drink some whiskey. Let's do something. It's interesting. People subconsciously, instinctively act this way. Even people that are depressed, I know that it's even hard for them to open their eyes. I have an acquaintance that, on principle, he's a rich man. He goes on vacation to some hotel in Austria, next to which there's a big pool, thousands of people inside the pool. Imagine the kind of water that you have there, even though that it's 5 stars and so on. But nature, what do I need nature for? I see that he is doing it on purpose. Concrete blocks, water with chloride and other additives, and that's it. Doesn't see anything besides that. His room, well, it's not a room, it's a suite, beautiful suite, but that's it. Let's go to the mountains, something Switzerland, suppose. Something very culturized, but still. No, don't need it. He doesn't want to get close to these things, and this is how it is subconsciously because it'll pain him.